Hi, my name's Tim, welcome to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be fitting these brackets to the rear hub. So these brackets are for fitting the front two pot calipers to the rear wheels. So they fit on the back of the hub using the two bolts from the wheel bearing. They come with longer bolts to fit in. And unfortunately it's not just a case of undoing two bolts and fitting the brackets. Because of the position of the drive shaft, you have to remove the hub out of the way so you can get the bolts in. That's what we're going to be doing next. First job is removing this wheel. So to fit these brackets there's a few things we're going to need to do. First one is removing the brake caliper and disc, and so then we can get to access to the hub. I know we're going to be changing these discs anyway because there's a lip on here, they're quite worn, and we're fitting new different pads from the front caliper. They were foul with these rusty areas here, so we're going to fit new discs. We may fit new pads into here because there's not much left on them, as well as the new pads on the front calipers. So once we've removed the caliper and the disc, we'll need to remove this castle nut here. So there's a split pin here we need to pull out and remove the castle nut. We then need to disconnect this track rod and also the top ball joint that can be unbolted from the hub. There's two bolts there, and then we'll be able to swing it out, move the drive shaft, swing it out and then fit the bracket. That's the plan. So next thing is to remove the castle nut. To remove this you will need a 30mm hub nut socket, one of these, special socket for removing hub nuts. You need to get the length on over drive shaft. If you need a replacement castle nut, these are Vauxhall part fitted to Astras, available from Vauxhall online along with new split pins, not cheaper than Lotus. So I'm going to use an impact driver to get this off. Just the nut off, just have to make sure you collect the washer. Now I've got the hub nut off, I can remove the brakes. Needed those, handbrake on. So I need the handbrake on to be able to remove the hub nut. Now I've got that off, I can remove the brakes so we can remove the hub. Let me obviously side off while the handbrake's still on. There we go. I can start with the brakes. So to remove the caliper there's two bolts, there's 17mm at the top. You just need to undo when you're doing the pads and disc, you just undo that one. To get the hub out, you need to remove the caliper. It means you've got to undo the bottom one, which is an Allen bolt. To get to the Allen bolt you've got to disconnect the handbrake cable to be able to get to the bolt. So that's the next job. Just unplug the handbrake cable. Cable removed, you just once you've unhooked it, you just pull it out. Now I can get to both bolts. Next job is to remove the brake caliper. Top bolt down. Top bolt uses a 17mm socket. There's the bottom bolt, uses an Allen head. Number 6. Bolt out, so not a smaller bolt is that one. So knock the pin loose before we get the caliper out. caliper out of the way. Take the disc off. Next job is to remove the drop link. These are these shop drop links, so they're not different to standard. Now as the left is the 2 bolts at the top here. Sure don't leave the seams out. Next job is to knock the drive shaft out and then that's the hub removed. Just got to undo these bolts next. Next job is to remove these bolts for the wheel bearing. These are 19mm. One off. So you have a bolt out. This is a bracket, goes on like so. So these need torquing to 90 Newton meters. So that's torqued up. Next job is to pop the drive shaft back in. A new pair of upper bolts, these from Oakmere. They just need torquing up. Inside them. So these need torquing up to 68 Newton meters. Both torqued up. To refit this toe link now. Obviously there's different torque settings with being an aftermarket parts, I have to refer to the original fitting instructions for those. Just need to wind back these calipers. So I've loosened the cap really. I'm going to put some copper grease on before I fit the new discs. It's got some cheap discs for now, we'll get some better ones later. So disc in place, put new pads in. with new springs and pin. Don't just need to torque it up to the bolts. Fit the new castle bolt. Can't torque this up until I've got the other side done and reconnected the handbrake. So that's torqued up. Came off easy because it's disconnected, so the other side. Not too much effort in it now. Yeah, the old pin out. So on this side you have the speed sensor. You get these on all corners on the Toyota model. So be careful where the wire goes as long as it connects at this side. So if the speed sensor's on this side of the hub, you need to take the wheel bearing out and rotate it 120 degrees, fit it back in again, otherwise the plug on it will be in the way. So it's torqued up. I'll start putting the hub back together and fit new brakes. Like so. The copper greased up now, so let's put a new disc on and put the pads in. Disc in, so let's put new pads in there. All that's left to do now is reconnect the handbrake cable, and then I can torque up these castle nuts. Just need to the other side and we can torque it up. So the handbrake back connected up. Torqued up, just need to fit the split pins now. So I've got these calipers off the front, so I'm going to be fitting these to the rear. Before I fit them to the rear, I'm going to fit these new pads. So I've got some Fredo racing brake pads, same as the ones on the front calipers. I've also got new hardware, so new spring clips and pins to hold them in. Already got the pistons to push back in. I do it with the old pads in, so it's easy to get both hands on and grip them. Just squeeze them back in. So these are all ready now to fit the new pads. So we'll start with this side, get the old ones out. Now because these are fitted on the front, in front of the wheel instead of behind the wheel, the rotation will be different, so the spring clip will have to be fitted the other way around because the arrow there is directional. So we'll get these removed now. Your pads removed. Yeah, that's that side finished. New pads all in place, ready to be fitted. Now I'll get this side done. Just use a little screwdriver to pull the clips out. Just bend that in to take the tension off. Just pin it. Not much left on those, a couple of mil at the most. Get the new pads in. There we go, so that one fitted. So these are all ready now to fit to the car. So I'll fit these to the rears. I'll set up with the new pads on. Just need to swap these, just need to fit them now and swap the hoses over to these hoses. Remove the hoses from the Rainbow calipers. So we'll get this caliper on now. Line it. All torqued up, just need to fit the brake hose. Just need to fit this brake hose now. The best way is to do it underneath the arm there. Last job is to get these brake hoses fitted. Should reach round onto here. So I've got these cable ties to hold the brake lines in place. Got this little clip here that rotates on them and clip onto a brake line, and just zip tie it to the suspension arm. That'll hold it in place. We'll just cut the tab off. I'll fit one to the other side here so it don't rub on the arm at all. So that side done, so I'll do the same on the other side. Last thing to do is remove these old brake lines, and I'm going to bung the hole up. So I've got these bleed valves to bung the holes with. I'll fit this side caliper. Brake hose to fit now. Down this side now. To get this side off now. Keep nuts. The hole with a bleed valve.